Well, hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? It is the Double Edge Cinema podcast. Another Tuesday. We're back on Tuesdays. Woo woo! Woo
Yeah,
woo! Yeah. So, TJ, how's it going, buddy?
it's gone pretty damn good, Justin. How was it going on your end?
It's going pretty damn good. So, pretty damn good. I got a Coca-Cola tonight. Getting through it, man. You know what? Where the snow's almost gone. It poured down rain earlier. So it's 60 degrees today. So that was nice. It was a good little change. We needed that. Very fun. Very, very fun. So but anyway, so how's everybody doing? Welcome to the Double Edge Cinema Movie Podcast. Before we get started with the show, I just want to let everybody know that all our links are down below. So if you have not followed our Spotify, it is down there. If you haven't followed the Facebook page, it is down there. Our YouTube channel, the Double Edge Cinema Movie Podcast, is down there, as well as my channel, Ryan1988, and TJ's channel, Screams Streams. So anyway, what's new? Is there anything new, fun in life going on right now, TJ, for you?
No, man, we're just gearing up for the weekend. We're ready for some Valentine's Day shenanigans.
Woo woo! That's right. That's right. So anyway, but we got Nathan in the house. What's up, Nathan? How's it going, buddy? How are you, my friend? Hope all is well.
Nate the Great.
Nate the Great. Anyway, and as always, everybody, real quick, if you are watching this right now, please go and like it. Give us a subscribing. Please subscribe. And we appreciate you watching if you're doing the live stream or the playback. So thank you so much. What's up, Megan? How's it going?
Also, just a reminder too for those of you that are listening on YouTube, if you hit the little bell, it notifies you when we go live, when we post videos.
That is true.
So
yeah.
make sure you hit the little notification tab. That way you
Please do that. A little bell that helps
Yeah.
us. So yes, so you can see our smiling faces.
We don't post shorts often, but there will be some shorts to come.
Yes.
But yeah, on the last episode, we said we were going to be doing Send Help and oh my god, what was the other one?
Strangers Chapter 3.
Strangers Chapter 3, yes. But my daughter's birthday was last weekend, and Justin came over to that.
Yep.
And just between all the crazy shenanigans, we just didn't find time to make it to the movie theater. I've talked to Megan a little bit. Hopefully, we can maybe figure something out this weekend to go see at least one of them. Who knows how it goes? Yeah, I really want to see Send Help as well. But yeah, so we ended up watching Housemaids.
I keep saying Handmaids.
We keep saying Handmaids. For some reason, I have Handmaid's Tale stuck in my brain. We watched Housemaid last night. Yeah, it was last night. It was very good. So we're going to be talking about that one. And then the second half of the episodes, we're going to be getting festive and talking about our favorite Valentine / romance movies.
Oh, Valentine, my sweet Valentine.
I mean, before we get into that, Justin, you have Valentine's Day plans this weekend, do you not?
I do, yes. Shout out to Chris if he's watching this. Yes, yeah. I do have Valentine's Day plans.
So what kind of spicy date do you have going on this weekend, Justin?
So we're going to go get food and then watch a movie. That is our Valentine. That is what we have in common.
What is on the palette today? This weekend, not today.
Well, I don't know what we're gonna watch yet. Because we're both horror movie fans, we might watch My Bloody Valentine, the original. Okay,
cool.
So maybe put on Brokeback Mountain, get a little steaming.
What are you all gonna eat at?
I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided yet. Maybe some local places around here. So.
Okay, I was gonna ask if it's gonna be local or. So we're gonna do a little bit of traveling, maybe.
I do local. Or something. Do a little local. Yeah, we're kind of laid back, chilled people.
Does Domino's have the heart-shaped pizza?
Oh, that would be nice.
That would be awesome.
Maybe that would be something, or Papa John's or something like that. So,
Yeah, I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Domino's, but still, it could
is
be
it
good.
Domino's? Oh, well,
I don't. It might
maybe.
have been Papa John. I don't know. Still, it'd be cool. It'd be funny.
Yeah. So,
Just
but yeah,
don't
I'm
don't
excited.
tell them and then order it, and then when it comes, it's just a heart.
Oh, maybe watch a Marvel movie. I forgot to tell you, he is a Marvel fan.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
he loves some Marvel.
yeah.
So nothing screams, Valentine's like Marvel.
Mhm.
Just saying. So very hot. Very
I
hot.
was trying to I
So
was trying to think if there was any. I mean, there was Hawkeye that was very like Christmas themed, but
yeah.
like quit.
Never Valentine's, but we'll find something. So I'm just looking forward to it. Anyway, what are your plans? So,
We couldn't get a reservation for the restaurant we wanted to go to on Saturday, so we're not doing anything Saturday. But Sunday we are going to go thrift shopping, hit some Goodwills and some. There's a bargain bin store in. I think it's like the backside of oh my gosh, on the way to Louisville, but not in Louisville.
okay.
I
Cool.
can't think of the name. Where all the restaurants are right there before you get on Gene Snyder.
Oh,
Like right after June.
nice.
I
Yes,
can't think
yes.
of the
I know
name
what
of
you're
the
talking.
town.
I know what you're talking
But
about. I know exactly.
there's a bargain bin store on the backside of that. They get like Amazon surplus stuff, and they just put it in like bargain bins. You go in and like, depending on what day of the week you go, everything there is that price.
Is it
So like if
Ben's Bargain Outlet or something like
I
that?
can't remember what it was called, but we're I'm hoping we can stop there. We're gonna stop at some record stores and look at some vinyls.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go to Malone's and have a nice steak dinner.
Ooh, so nice. I love Malone's.
Mhm.
Malone's is great. They have some of the best steak in town or in Louisville. So,
Bucky, quit messing with the cat, buddy. Come here.
but anyway, so okay, well, next question. Have you watched anything exciting? Anything that you want to talk about before we get started?
Uh, Sit down, buddy. We watched the new Anaconda movie.
How was
It
it?
it was fun. It wasn't great. Um, it wasn't as funny as I thought it was gonna be. Really, I really think, and I don't know, I'm just speaking my opinions here. I
Yeah.
really think that Paul Rudd and Jack Black just got together and was like, "Hey, we just need to make a stupid movie just so we can work together again," and that's what they did.
Hey,
So
that's okay.
that's how I felt about the plot. The story was stupid, uh, but it was fun. It was
That's
just
good. That's fun to
it was
watch.
Jack Black and Paul Rudd being themselves in a movie.
I'll eventually watch it. I'll eventually check
Yeah.
that movie out at some point.
Yep.
Definitely at some point. So,
Uh-huh.
mm,
And then we started Wonder Man.
how was that? Do you like it?
I think about halfway through now. It's pretty decent. It's a little slow paced, but they're giving you like just enough to keep you interested.
Okay.
And then we're watching Knights of the Seven Kingdom, which I think I talked about a little bit in the last episode. Episode
Mhm.
3 had a crazy twist, and episode 4 is building up the ante. I think episode 5 is when it's going to take off. So
Nice.
I'm hoping the next
Nice.
week. We just watched episode 4 today, and it ended on a strong note, in my opinion. It was building up the anticipation for like a big fight, and then just ended. And I was like, oh,
Wow.
yeah.
You're also excited. I know we've talked about this, and I saw the new trailer for the new Daredevil season coming up.
Yes, yes, it comes out March. Dude, March is heavy with TV shows.
Oh yeah.
We've got Daredevil Born Again season 2. We've got the final season of The Boys. We've got Invincible coming back. We have The Legend of Vox Machina. Like just so many shows that I'm gonna have to keep up with. And
A lot
then
going
also
on.
on top of that, at the end of the March is right when mowing season starts. So I'm just gonna have a
Um,
heavy plate, dude.
gonna be heavy. It's gonna be
Yeah.
heavy. So, well, what have I watched? Well, I'm still watching my Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Um, have you watched it? Are you caught up with all the
Yeah,
drama?
it's my favorite show. Hey, buddy.
So I've been watching all my housewife shows, but I've been watching. I just wrapped up Friends for like the 100th time because it's like a feel good show. I'm gonna finally start Loki season 2, getting back on my Marvel
Mhm.
stuff.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I'll send you a picture. Um, and
Oh,
then I've watched movies. Something new that what's up, Bucky?
Bucky wanted to be a
Bucky.
guest on today's episode.
Hi, Bucky.
Oh,
Um,
you wanna talk to the people?
what's up, Bucky? Bucky. Bucky's like, what?
What is going on? As Craig would call him, E, because I know he's gonna watch this.
What's up, Craig? Whenever you watch, buddy, how are you? Um, I watched an '80s movie, something I'd never seen though. So this was a new movie. It was called The Last American Virgin, and I remember texting you. I was talking to you, and I was like, "I'm watching this movie," and you're like, "Oh, I've seen that." I'm like, "Really?" You're like, "No." Um,
Never heard of it.
but it was a great movie. You know, it was. It started off like it was a raunchy comedy. It was like in the lines of like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, but there was a lot more to the movie. And I did like a full review on Facebook, and I talked about it. You know, it dealt with subjects, especially during that time, that weren't really talked about too much. The biggest one being abortion was the big topic of that
Mm,
movie. And in the '80s, especially early '80s, that wasn't really talked about. You didn't really hear it on shows or movies. It was something new. So that was part of the movie and the plot. Um, it was, obviously, the beginning of, the AIDS epidemic. The 1980s was a big part of that was the AIDS epidemic. And it was, about people's first times and at that time, not really using protection. And so they, talked about that. And I watched all the interviews with the cast and crew, which was really good. But really the movie is about, the main character finding love or, finding their first crush. And at the end of the film, it ends in a way that you just don't expect. Like, it pretty much says that, in real life, not every ending is, a happy ending. And sometimes, it's not so happy. And, we deal with our first crushes and we deal with our first heartaches and we have to move on with our life. And I thought it was a great movie. I thought the cast was great. I thought you had a great story there. The biggest highlight for me though was the music. The soundtrack throughout was just amazing. You had Journey in there. You had a couple other bands. Like you had a list of them. Very impressed with the soundtrack. So I watched that. And then I watched a slasher movie called Valentine, which I watch every year. And I love that movie. Um, but besides that, I think and I've watched some James Bond movies. I'm on like a marathon with that, but that's all
yeah,
I've watched pretty much, except for The Housemaid. So, which I'm excited to talk about. So,
yeah,
anyway, so let's get started. Speaking of The Housemaid,
yeah.
um, this is based on a trilogy of books, and then like I believe an epilogue. I could be wrong. Um, I was not too familiar with the books. I had heard of them, didn't really know too much about them though. Kind of like just a basic plot of it. So for me going into this movie, it definitely surprised me. Um, you think the movie's going to be one thing and it turns out to be something else. So TJ, you're better at giving plots. Why don't you describe the plot real quick of this?
Hey, so basically, Sweet's character just got out of prison. She's not on her look. And she gets hired by Amanda Seyfried, however you say her. You get
Yeah.
hired by her to be a housemaid. And then, without going too in details, Sweet inevitably starts to get together with Amanda's husband.
Hmm.
And then it's kind of a slow build. The whole time they're kind of leading you to one thing, and then it like swaps gears completely and just goes the opposite direction with it. At first, you just think that like some of the characters are a little cuckoo, but then it just goes like intense thriller for like the whole second half of the movie. Um, Me, I thought this going in was like like a romancy like chick flick movie or a
Yeah.
smut movie, I guess, because it's based off a book and blah blah blah. I was intrigued by it because I've been a huge fan of Seafried fan forever. She's been a
Hey,
stud giving
teacher, you're a
movies.
little choppy, bud. You're a little choppy.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But anyway, I've been a huge fan of Seyfried fan a long time. She's been so many movies. So I'm interested in watching this. Um, but like I said, I thought it more like a romance movie than anything. So
Hmm.
it pushed me away from it. I'm just not a romance movie person.
Yeah.
We watched this, and honestly, it might have been like one of the best movies I've probably watched in the last year. If I had watched it last year, I would have been my top three.
Same here. I mean,
Yeah.
I it surprised me.
Hmm.
Again, not knowing anything about it, like you, I wasn't real. I mean, from the trailers, you think it's going to be one thing, and it just within that hour, once it hits the first hour mark, it just changes things, and like there's a really big twist in it. And then there's a little bit more twists and turns throughout it. And yeah, I loved it. This would definitely be one of my favorite movies of last year for sure. I wish we would have seen it last year because, like you said, it definitely would have been in the either the top five or yeah, top five for me for sure. So um, really love the performances all around. I think the highlight for me though, as far as performances go, is definitely Amanda Seyfried. I just think she just nailed it in this. Like she was
I
perfect, and
100% agree.
she like her character range and acting range in this movie is like goes from like low as in calm and peaceful to there's times where she's just having like a big meltdown and just throwing things and yelling and I really just loved her
And then
performance.
there was also times where she was like genuinely menacing.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh my gosh, there was a one time in the movie, it's not too many spoilers, but like Sydney Sweeney is like hearing something going downstairs between Amanda and her husband, and she goes to the door and Amanda opens it and she's holding just a piece of glass with like blood dripping on it. And at first I thought that was a dream and I was like, no, this is real. Like this is not a dream in the movie. This is happening. Um so yeah, she was menacing. She was fantastic in this. I thought Sydney Sweeney did a great job in the movie. Great performance there. And then the husband, I can't remember the actor's name, but he's been in like a lot of new things. Is it 1923? Is that what it is?
Hmm. Yeah.
1923. It ends with us. The Drop. Um, and I thought he did a great job. So overall, the acting was really good. Directed by Paul Feig, who directed, Bridesmaids and um, Ghostbusters 2016, Spy, but he directed the Simple Favor movie. So, those have a little bit of, like thrills in that. So, he definitely knows how to direct thrillers. And I have to say, like, this, if it's not my favorite Paul Feig movie, it is definitely my favorite, one of my favorites, like top favorite movies from him. And I really love this movie a lot. I thought it was great. Very suspenseful at times and yeah, just kind of had some great twists. Should we talk about the twists? Like cuz the movie's been out for a little bit and people
Yeah.
know.
I mean, we can go into it, I guess. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Uh, so basically, the whole first half of the movie, they lead you to believe that Amanda Seyfried's character is just like batshit crazy.
Yeah.
But about halfway through, I started to suspect a little bit more was going on. Like they had like, she revealed that she knew Sydney Sweeney had been to prison and she didn't have anywhere to go. Uh, and I started to get the gist that more was going on.
Mhm,
But then about halfway through, once Sydney Sweeney and the husband kind of finally meets up and starts doing the deed,
mhm.
Amanda Seyfried like she uses that as her way of like freeing herself. Like, so she was actually a victim the whole time, and this guy who looked like the perfect husband, the super caring, nurturing guy, was actually like a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
And he, which I don't, I mean, it was obviously his fault. I mean, but I think it was like beat into him, I guess, by his mother. Is
Mhm.
kind of the
Oh,
incentive
yeah.
that I was getting behind it. Like the mother put so much pressure on him to be perfect that he felt his spouses need to be perfect too. So like in Amanda Seyfried's case, she was a brunette. If her brunette roots started to show, she had to go get her hair dyed. If she didn't, she was punished.
Yeah.
Uh, so and then he tried that shit with Sydney Sweeney, and Sydney Sweeney wasn't fucking having it.
No, she was not having it.
But yeah, so it kind of went from Amanda Seyfried being like a psychotic person to the revelation that she was actually a victim.
Mhm.
And then Sydney Sweeney became the victim. And then from there, it kind of went to like girl power tag team, like it's our turn, motherfucker
That's right.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah, it
mean,
was
I
good though.
it was. Yeah, I it was like you said, like, when you get past that first hour mark, that first hour you're thinking, Amanda's gonna be the villain of this. She's gonna, yeah, the villain of the story. And then you find out that she was a victim, and the stuff that her husband did to her was just terrible, like terrible stuff. And then he was framing her for things, there's one point in the movie where she's introduced to the attic, locked in there. When she's freed, um, she's framed for like, basically drowning her daughter or attempting to drown her daughter. When in doubt, like she was drugged and her husband was the one that did all this and was, plotting, this against her. Um, like that was intense. The whole, him telling her, "Oh, you need to pull 100 strands of your hair out of your head and give them to me." And then she, does something wrong. He's like, "You have to pull another 100." Like intense stuff.
Like it
Um,
has to be perfect. You can't
it
make a
has to be
mistake.
perfect. Again, has to be
Yeah.
perfect. There's like something like throughout this movie that the daughter says, and it's something like,
Mhm.
having orange juice is a privilege. And that first hour I thought, well, oh, she's talking about Amanda. But really, when you dive into that last half of the movie, you understand where that came from. And then at the end of the movie, you have the main lead guy's character's mom say something similar at the end of it, and it was like, it was just being passed down to each one of them. Um, but like you said, when this is happening to Sydney Sweeney, when Amanda gets out, uh, she doesn't pull up with his BS. She's like, "You're not gonna mess with me. Like, not gonna happen." You know, It- such a great movie. Like, and then like the main guy in this, I thought he did a great job when he was charming. He was charming. Obviously, that was a lot of the times like just for show because you saw how he turned out and who he really was, and he was the true, villain of the story. But like you said, also, that was something that was passed down from his mother. His mother taught him this stuff, taught him to be perfect. You have to have the perfect spouse and the perfect family. And um yeah, just thought it was great. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I look forward to watching it again, and I'm looking forward to
Equals.
the sequels for sure, because this movie made a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it built up though. Like I think the first weekend it came out, it made 21 million. It's made over 200 million dollars now.
Definitely a
They
success
did.
then. The male actor's name is Brandon Sklenar?
Yep. Yep. Oh, Brandon.
Sklenar?
Yep.
Sklenar?
And
I don't know how to pronounce it.
TMI, but there is you definitely see some you see some Brandon and you see some Sydney Sweeney in this and you see some
Mhm.
other stuff going on.
You see
So
some peach fudge on some booty and some side boob.
that's exactly right. I was like, when that scene came up, I was like, wow, like you're really seeing like quite a bit. I mean, it's nothing like over the top or anything like that, but it was. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was hot. Like I was like, okay, he's good looking. Like Brandon was good looking.
You need to watch Twinless so we could talk about those sex scenes in that movie, dude. They were fucking wild. Ugh.
Is that on HBO Max? I feel like is that an HBO Max movie?
I think I read that it was on Hulu.
Okay, well, I'll have to watch that one so I can check that out because I want to see it because Dylan O'Brien, I really love him, and so I'll definitely have to check that one out for sure. So,
Oh,
um,
it says Disney Plus or Hulu,
okay, I'll have to watch that one.
yeah.
So, but yeah, overall, were you happy with this?
I was thrilled with it, loved it.
Me too. Loved it.
Honestly, I may end up reading the book, honestly.
That's what I was thinking. I want to read the
Yeah.
books because I want to see. From what Megan told me and from what I've heard from, people that have read the book and then watched this movie, they said it's overall really faithful to the
Mhm.
book's material. So I like that. Like, because sometimes, um, whether they're good or bad movies, uh, you know, movie adaptations from books sometimes will stray away from the book material and do their own thing. Like with Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, I love it, but it is a totally different movie compared to Stephen King's book. But this one, from what I've heard, has been pretty faithful to the book material. So I love that. Love that. So, but yeah, I want to read these. This is something I for sure want to read. So, but anyway, yes, I would say this is definitely one of the best of 2025, and I look forward to rewatching it in the future. Look forward to seeing the sequels. So, anyway, we're getting into the. Are you ready to get into the lovey gooey,
Yeah.
Valentine's Day watches? Okay. Um, so TJ, what are some Valentine's Day movies you like to watch? Like, they don't have to be like, true romantic comedies. They could be like, there's raunchy comedies out there that have like a little love story in it.
Yeah. So this is a shot in the dark here,
Okay.
but Deadpool 1.
Yeah, there we go.
Do you remember when it was coming out? So Deadpool 1's release date was February 12th,
Yes, I do
2016.
remember. Yep.
And leading up to it, they actually made like a pink Deadpool suit. And Ryan Reynolds was doing commercials saying you should go watch this movie for
Oh my god.
Valentine's Day.
I do remember that.
And it was the greatest thing ever. Not a Valentine's Day movie at all,
No, no.
but I have to mention those commercials just because it was so good.
I l- I do remember those. I love the promotion. I can't believe that movie's 10 years old.
Yeah.
That's insane. When you said
Yeah.
2016, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah. I even loved. I think it was it Deadpool 2 when he had Celine Dion come out and they were performing
Mhm.
together. Stuff like that is great.
He's
I'm not
he's the
gonna.
goat.
He is the goat. I'm not gonna start with lovey gooey ones. I'm gonna start with a horror movie. So, because I am also a big horror movie fan, so I love watching good Valentine's Day horror movies. And I mentioned in the beginning, I watched Valentine, which is, early 2000s slasher movie, in the lines of like Scream and I Know We Did Last Summer and Urban Legends. So it came out around that slasher era. And I remember seeing it. I remember seeing the trailers for the movie. It has a really good teaser trailer. And the teaser trailer plays out with this woman like laying in a field, and it's very beautiful outside and the sun's shining, and she's saying, he loves me not. At the end of it, the last pedal is just she pulls it and she's like, "Oh, he loves me," and then it says dot 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 not. And it was such a great teaser trailer for this movie Valentine. And it has a killer with a Cupid mask, and the movie is about starts off with an eighth grade dance. A kid by the name of Jeremy Milton is accused of assaulting a teenage girl. He's like the unlikable kid in school. No one wants to hang out with him. No one wants to date him. She says that he attacked her, and that winds up being a lie. Jump. This was starts off in 1988. Jump to 2001, and the girls who are now women start getting Valentine's Day cards and chocolates and stuff, demented stuff, and they're all initialed JM. So for a little bit, they're trying to figure out who it is, and they realize that, oh, it's could possibly be Jeremy Milton, and the characters start getting terrorized and picked off one by one by the order of the in the order of how they rejected Jeremy Milton. It's one of the best of that era. Like you've seen Scream, TJ. I know we
Mm,
did last summer. I think you'd really enjoy Valentine. Have you seen this movie?
I'm not.
So it's good. It's a great one. It's one of the best ones. It uses a lot of reds, obviously for Valentine. So the cinematography is beautiful. The set pieces are great. Um, yeah, I watched it. I watch it every February. It's one of those, Valentine's Day watches that I love to watch. So anyway, what's another one for you? What's something that you could think of?
I will come in with the latest Valentine slasher, Hard Eyes.
Hmm. I love
Which
this one. This is
we've
good.
talked about a good bit on the podcast.
Hmm.
But it was just a good fun slasher. It was unique for sure. The costume for the killer was interesting with the LED like hard eyes.
Yep.
But yeah, it was just a fun slasher.
Yeah, that is a fun one. That's a
Yep.
great one. I still need to watch that one. That's something I definitely need to watch. Um, let's go. I'm gonna go. With like a love movie. Let's go Brokeback Mountain. Why not? I love this
Okay.
movie. If I don't watch it every February, I tend to watch it at least once a year. And I love the film. I think Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal did an amazing job in this film. And I love the cinematography, I love the direction, I love the atmosphere in this. Like the actual like Brokeback Mountain is a beautiful place. Yeah, just one of my favorites. I cry every time towards the end of the movie. Um, I think it just such a wonderful film, and over almost over 20 years old. It still holds up today. So love that. I know I introduced that one to you, not when we started hanging out.
Yeah, yeah, it was a very good movie. Megan's upstairs letting Gus out, and
Yeah.
Bucky heard the door close, and he looked up. So I set him on the floor so he could go up there, and he's just standing here looking at me like, "Why?"
Why'd you let
Really?
me down?
Okay,
Oh
whatever.
my
You just
god.
stare at me then.
Oh.
Um, oh my gosh. So you mentioned Heath Ledger, so
Mhm.
I will bounce and go 10 Things I Hate About You.
One of the best. One of the best.
Fantastic movie. I haven't watched it in a long time, but it's great.
Fantastic.
Heath Ledger was really just a legend, honestly.
Yes, he was.
I watched oh my god, what it was 10 Things I Hate About You. There was a thing about how he landed that role that I watched like last week, and it was the director for that movie. and he was talking about how he cast Heath Ledger.
Mhm.
And they had been, he said they had been going through like character after character, like our actors or whatever, like reading for this role. And
Yeah.
Heath Ledger's agent, the director actually did it as a favor for Heath Ledger's agent, and she had called him and was like, "Hey, like you got to give this guy a chance, like just see what he can do." And then Heath Ledger walked in, said a couple lines, and then the director was like, "All right, well, I want to see if this guy can improv." And he was like, "Put the sheets down." And he said they improv for like 15 seconds or whatever. And he was like, "All right, kid." He was like, "I'm gonna be honest with you." He said, "I don't know if you're gonna get this role, but you're gonna be a star." He was like,
Oh.
"I'm serious. You're gonna go big. You make it big." And then he sent Heath Ledger out, and then he looked at the other women that were like doing it. He said, "I'm not gay, but if I was gonna fuck a man, it would be that man." He said, "We need to hire this guy immediately."
Oh.
Maybe not exact quotes, but that's what
Yeah,
he
but
said.
yeah.
Uh, and he said that they called him like after his thing before he even got to his car in the parking lot to give him that
Really?
role. Yeah, yeah, because he was that blown away by his
Yeah.
performance. Yeah, just a cool little story.
He was a talent. I mean, that was a like you said, a
Hmm.
legend. Heath Ledger was a legend. Such a talent. 10 Things I Hate About You, that is one of my all-time favorites, and, there's so many great moments in the film. Obviously, the one
Hmm.
of my favorite moments is when he's, performing on the
Dancing in
bleachers,
the
singing,
bleachers. Yeah,
and I think that was, like, some of it was improv, like, I think he did.
probably.
And I just thought he did a wonderful job, like, that's one of my favorite moments, and then you have the moment, it's the moment where Julia Stiles' character, the love interest to Heath Ledger, she doesn't believe in love, and, then she falls for this guy, and you have the moment at the end where she's reading the poem in the class, and that was also, I believe, like, it was in the script, but a little bit of that was improv by Julia Stiles. And,
Well, Gus wanted to say hi now.
"Hi, Gus. Hi, buddy."
What's up, buddy?
But, yeah, 10 Things I Hate About You, I love that. I do wanna mention, like, Heath Ledger, when he did Brokeback Mountain, one of the things, because Jake Gyllenhaal would go on and talk about it later, he would talk about how, a lot of actors were turning it down at the time because they weren't sure how they would be received in, these gay roles. And so, with Jake and Heath, there was no hesitation there. They wanted to do this. But what I loved was Jake Gyllenhaal said that, whenever, they would do press for the movie, the one thing that Heath said was, we're not going to poke fun at it. I'm not
Hmm.
going to be involved with that. Like the actors and everyone they weren't poking fun, but critics and people just
Directors.
directors and press, they just did not, they were he was like, I'm not going to poke fun at this, like if anybody does, I'm going to just shut it down. There is a moment, there is a press junket where a journalist says something, um you know something harsh with, going towards the LGBTQ plus community, and Heath Ledger just shuts him down. I think the interview is still up on YouTube, but yeah, Heath was amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, but anyway, so Acres of Movies is here. What's up? Let's see. I did not enjoy this movie at all. Which one are you talking about? Um, and then let's see. I like Valentine 2001 a lot. Do you like that one? Yeah, mentioned it. I love that. One of my favorites. And then Acres of Movies says terrific and Lords of Dogtown. I've not seen that one. Have you seen that skater movie? I think
Yeah,
it's,
Lords of Dogtown's a great movie.
yeah.
It really is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like how Tony Hawk like first got labeled and like the group that he used to run with, and it was
Okay.
it was good. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Awesome. Okay, so another movie I can think of that I love to watch every year. This is traditional. I'm going back to the horror movie route. And I guess I could talk about both of them as My Bloody Valentine, the original, and also My Bloody Valentine 3D. Have you seen any of those?
I've not seen the original. I own 3D though.
So 3D was such a great time for me because I saw that when it came out. It was January of 2009, and
Mhm.
I was at a community college in Arkansas. And so me and a group of friends, what we loved to do after school was we like to, hit up like the local like physical media places. And then there was a movie theater in town. And so we would go to the movies and see quite a bit of them. And one of them was My Bloody Valentine 3D. And it was my first 3D experience seeing a movie in theaters. And we just had a blast. Me and my friend were laughing, having a good time, very entertaining. There was a little bit of suspense there. And at the time you had like, one of the actors from Supernatural, and like so many names at that time were in this film. And I love that movie. It is a blast. And then the original My Bloody Valentine is just one of my all-time favorite slashers. That is like top 10, probably top 20, top 15 favorite horror movies. And then it's definitely in my top 10, favorite slasher movies of all time. I love that. Great movie. And definitely one of those, like, if you're ever going to watch the movie, if you've never seen the original My Bloody Valentine, you have to, in my opinion, watch or unrated cut, because when that movie came out in theaters, like, they cut out all the gore, all the death scenes. And so when you're watching the theatrical cut, they will cut away from a death scene, and then you'll see the aftermath, but you don't see the full thing. And so in 2009, they came out with the first unrated DVD cut of the film, and they put that footage back in it. And it was really cool to see it unrated for the first time. And now we have, Blu-rays out there with, the movie just flowing so much better with the unrated cut. Um, I love the original movie because I love the hometown feel. It was shot in a small town in a minor community. They shot in a real mine. Um, and these were characters like your everyday people that you would see in town. This wasn't glitz or glam Hollywood or anything like this. This was like just, a young group of people living in a town, working day by day, making a living. And uh it's a slasher movie, but one of the highlights for the film too is it does have a great character arc and development between a love triangle in this movie. You have a couple in this film, and the main actress's character, Sarah, she is in this new relationship with a character named TJ. But then her old flame comes back into town, who she absolutely loved. And or no, that's TJ. The new guy's Axel. The old boyfriend was TJ, and they kind of rekindle things. So you have a love triangle in this, and you have, great character development. Um so yeah, My Bloody Valentine. Awesome movie. Love that movie so much.
Mm. Also, a really good song by MGK.
Oh, does he sing? Okay. I'll have to listen to that one. Cool, cool. Okay, what
Uh,
are some other ones that you can think of?
okay, if I was to jump over into romantic movies, I would go 51st Dates
That's a good one. That's a great
with
movie.
Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. Probably don't have to go in and do too much explanation on that one.
Yeah.
But Drew Barrymore has like every day she wakes up and her memory of the previous day is gone. So every day is like a new first date. It's
Oh,
kind of the some of the movie. Well, I guess at first they fall in love and then she's in an accident or something, and then that happens. But every day, Adam Sandler makes her fall in love over and over again, even though their life progresses. Um, but it's a good one. Any Adam Sandler movie is great, so this one wouldn't be any
same.
different. One of the best jokes about I think it's seals have the second biggest dicks in the world next to her brother. I still think about that joke often.
That's that's such a great movie. I
Yeah.
love that. That's a good one. Wedding Singer is another really good one with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. I love
Yeah.
that. Have you watched that?
I've seen it, but it's been a hot minute. I don't remember it that much. I just remember he had a very big nose in it at first
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm
Yeah.
thinking of some another movie, but I
That
don't
might
know.
be another one. But that's a great
Yeah.
movie though. That is a
Yeah.
really good Drew Barrymore, Adam Sandler movie. Megan says, "OMG, Lords of Dogtown is so good. I need to watch it. I
It
need
was
to watch
very
it.
good.
Definitely need to watch that." Let's see some other movies that I could think of.
Blended. Oh, another Adam
Ooh,
Sandler Drew
that's a
Barrymore
good
movie.
one. That's
Yeah.
funny. I love
A
that. That's a good
fantastic
one.
movie.
That's a great one. Um, I love a lot of the John Hughes movies. Those are big movies for me growing up. And some of the ones I could just name off, like, you have Breakfast Club, which is more than just a love story. It's like just a good, great teen high school
Mhm.
movie. But some of my favorite like teen high school movies, but also had like a love story involved in
Romance.
that
Yeah.
romance. I can think of Pretty in Pink, which is just celebrating its 40th anniversary this year. Have you seen that one?
Mhm.
I love Pretty in Pink. It's so good. So good.
The
What do you
80s
think of
was
that
just a
one?
different the 80s was just a different time. Like I feel
Yes,
like so many like good classic movies came from the 80s.
they did. Especially a lot of the comedies and like a lot of the drama. Like most of the a majority of the movies were so good in the 80s. But I love the like high school, teen, young adult movies like during that time. They were just so good. And yeah, Pretty in Pink is one of the best. Some Kind of Wonderful is like top three favorite movies of all time for me. That was another John Hughes produced movie with Eric Stoltz and Leah Thompson and Mary Elizabeth or Mary Stuart Masterson. So I love that. That is such a great movie. And then you had movies like She's Having a Baby. So there were so many John Hughes movies throughout the 80s and 90s that if you were a young adult, then you could probably relate to them in some way. And I think you
Mhm.
could still relate to some of the stuff like First Loves and First Heartaches. So there's a lot of that in those movies. So that was a great decade for films for sure. So um what's another one for you?
Uh Friends with Benefits with Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis.
I've actually never seen that one.
It's very good. Basically, Justin Timberlake takes on a new job. I believe it was like a publishing company, like a magazine company or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
he takes a new job as the boss of like a magazine company, and Mila Kunis is hired to like pick him up at the airport, show him around the city, show him a good time, blah blah blah. And then they kind of become friends, and then they talk about how hard relationships are, and then they decide to um try hooking up, but without
Mm-hmm.
all the strings being attached. And then, of course, that doesn't work out. They end up falling for each other, or he ends up falling for her. She pushes him away, and then she ends up falling for him. That's a very good movie, though.
I have to check that one out. I've
Yeah,
always wanted to see that, but I've just never watched that one yet. So
yeah, that's a fun one.
definitely one to watch. Well, like I could think of ones that I just love, like Dirty Dancing being a big one for me growing up. I
Yeah,
watched it countless times on VHS. Love that. Have you seen that one?
a long time ago, yeah, but
Long
I've
time
seen
ago,
it.
yeah. I love Dirty Dancing. It's so
Yeah.
fun when you watch the behind the scenes of that movie though, when Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey were first cast. Patrick Swayze did not want Jennifer Grey cast. Like they had worked on a previous movie together and they went out and said this years later that like they just were not clicking. And so when they were cast together, like, they just didn't really get along too well, but later on felt like they built this friendship. And there's moments in the movie, like there's a montage, like music scene where Patrick Swayze is trying to train Jennifer Grey into becoming a dancer, and it's supposed to be like this like nice sensual moment, and he's like rubbing her arm or something. I think it's like close to her armpit, and she keeps laughing. And in real life, she was laughing, and he was getting irritated each time, and they left it in the movie. And it's like timeless watching it because you think that would be something that was in the script, but it was actually like something that was going on where she could not hold it together for so many takes, and he would get irritated. Um, but like it's a timeless one. I love that movie. So one of my favorites.
I'm gonna go Knocked Up.
That's great. I love that one.
It's a solid romantic comedy. Seth Rogen and Katherine Heigl have a one night stand. Seth Rogen doesn't wear a condom and knocks her up. He's basically just a pothead that doesn't do anything, where she's like a goody two shoes. And but long story short, they find their way to loving each other,
Oh,
even despite their differences.
okay. I love that movie. That's so good. One that I love, let's see. Oh, Acres has we got some comments. I think we're getting a little bit of delay on these, so I apologize everybody. I think they're just
We just
popping.
got like 5 at once.
Yeah. So, Acre says he did not enjoy Housemates. That's fine. That's fine. Let's see. And then it says, "I like my Acres." The movie says, "I like my Bloody Valentine. Thanks for a fun program from Stacy." Well, thank you. And then, who would you cast in a live Strawberry Shortcake? I don't know. I mean,
Like the doll?
like the cartoon. I don't know. I haven't seen that in forever. It's been a long time since I've seen that one. Um, Acres
Honestly, it
of
would probably have to be like a newer, like unheard of, like child actor.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm.
I don't know. And then Acres of Movie says, "I love the humor and fun of Valentine. The book is based and the book it is based on is very underrated. Did not know it was based on a book." And then for Valentine ones, here are ones that I like. While you're sleeping, my father is a hero. Strictly Business is underrated. Nice. And then Acres of Movie says, Blended. I like that one too. Awesome. Um, okay, so a great LGBTQ plus film that I really love, and I think it's super funny too, is a film called Trick from 1999. And real quick, the plot is about a guy who is, just hopelessly romantic. He wants to meet that guy. Who he has his best friend is Tori Spelling in the movie. And one night he goes to a strip club and easily like sets his eyes on one of the strippers there, and pretty much at first wants to have like almost like a one night stand, like take this guy back to his place. And then like as the movie progresses, they fall in love with each other. So there's a lot of heart to it. It's really really funny. It's actually one of the first gay themed movies I saw when I came out. Like I wanted to, my friend Doug introduced me to a lot of like first time watches for me, and Trick was one of them. And I love it. It is, just a cult classic. Anybody can watch it and enjoy it. It's super funny. It's got a lot of heart to it. I love the ending of the movie. Yeah, and I just think the leads are great. Actually, funny enough, the main guy in the movie is actually Nev Campbell's real life brother. So, and he
Interesting.
was an actor. So, and the director would go on to direct one of my all-time favorite movies, and that was the Lizzie McGuire movie. So, yeah. So, but anyway, shout out to Trick. Love that film. It is so funny. So funny.
All right, I got one that I would not say is necessarily a Valentine's Day movie, but I think love is probably the core undertone for it,
Yeah.
and that is the movie Up
Oh, that is so
with
good.
the old man and his wife and how he, like, wants to go
Yeah.
to the waterfall because of that was, like, their dream together and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, that was me and Megan's first date.
Was it really?
Yep.
Oh, I love that. Oh,
Neither of us could drive yet, and my mom gave us a ride to her house. I
yeah.
bought her a bouquet of white roses.
Oh my gosh, this is
And
so sweet.
I gave it to her and met her mom, and then my mom dropped us off at the movies in Radcliffe.
Yeah.
We watched Up, and then my mom picked us up, and we went home, and my mom and dad had a little cookout, and it was fun. I
That's
found
so
out like 2 weeks later that Megan hates roses, but it was the thought.
it was a thought. I think that's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
That is a that's great memories right there. I love that. Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. TJ, look at you. Look at
Yep.
you. You a
What's
good
going on at
man.
stops, you know?
You a good man. You a good man. So, um, some other ones for me. Oh, I watch this one every Valentine's Day. Pretty Woman with Julia Roberts and Richard Gere.
She walking down the street.
I do. That's how that is how I'm going to say, and this is how I met your father, everybody. Just kidding. Have you ever seen Pretty Woman?
I have not, no.
You know what? I think we should have a Pretty Woman night. Just kidding. I love the movie. It's great. That's just one I like to watch every Valentine's Day. Like, I try to make that a traditional Valentine's Day watch. But since I have plans this year, we might watch something else. So,
Mm.
mhm.
Maybe you have to
But
watch it, like, earlier, maybe the night before.
I'll have to watch that earlier. Like, Chris is not into like romantic comedies or anything.
Yeah.
I love them though, and I love Julia Roberts, and I love Richard Gere, and I love that movie so much. That's one of my favorites. Julia Roberts is in a lot of my favorite kind of like romantic comedies and like rom coms, and I think of this is not a rom com or anything, but like I love Still Magnolias, and then you have My Best Friend's Wedding. So there's a lot of Julia movies I love.
Mhm.
Um, what else you got?
I'm gonna go She's Out of My League.
That's a funny one. That's
It is a
so
good one.
underrated. So
It is.
underrated.
Yep.
So underrated. Such a great movie.
Which the
Um,
title on that one honestly kind of describes the movie.
yeah. Yeah.
Dorky guy gets with a girl that's out of his league.
Yeah. It's great. It's great though. That is
Mhm.
one of the best comedies from was it the 2010s, I believe? Like
Yeah, it came out exactly 2010, yeah.
16 years ago. Wow. That's
Mhm.
thinking about that. Okay. Um some of the ones I love. There's a lot that I can probably go through. Oh, I love movies like 10 Things I Hate About. Oh no, we talked about that. How to Lose a
Yeah.
Guy in 10 Days with Kate Hudson and Matthew
Mhm.
McConaughey. Love that. That is so funny. Oh, one of my all-time favorite like go-to feel good movies that I never get tired of is Something Borrowed with Kate Hudson, um, and like a whole bunch. John Krasinski's in the movie. Jennifer Goodwin. Just kind of a love triangle, not love triangle, but it's about two friends in the movie, Jennifer Goodwin and Kate Hudson. They've been friends for a long time. Jennifer Goodwin's character has, in college fell in love with this guy who Kate Hudson later on like would get engaged with and have a relationship. But basically on the night of Kate Hudson's friend's birthday, Jennifer Goodwin's character, she expresses to the guy that Kate Hudson is engaged to is that she has had feelings for him since college, and he's had feelings for her. So they sleep together one night after some drinks, and pretty much the movie is about they're falling in love with each other, how do they tell, Kate Hudson's character what's going on, and then there's just so much there. And that's why it's called Something Borrowed. But love the movie. It's a romantic comedy. It's just touching and just I love that so much. And it was based on a series of books, and sadly we never got the second movie. So I was kind of bummed out with that. So but anyway, that's just a list of movies that I could think of,
Yeah, for
some
sure.
of my favorites.
Um,
So
I don't really remember the story, but I remember being really impressed by the movie, Silver Linings Playbook.
yes, that's a good one with
And then the
Jennifer.
other one, that popped up to me is, The Proposal
Oh, funny,
with,
hilarious, so funny.
oh my god,
Sandra Bullock.
Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, another one I can think of. It's kind of tragic at the end, but I love the movie. Is The Star Is Born with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. Did you watch that one?
I didn't watch that one, that's one that I've had on my, I guess, watch list for, like, a hot minute because that song that they sing is so catchy.
So good. Shallows. Yes. You need to
Yeah.
watch that. You would like that one. That's a great one. So, um and then I think of movies like Titanic, which I love. Another
Yeah,
one that I think
classic.
classic. Another one that I could think of, which it's not like a complete love story or it's not like a romantic comedy, but there is a love story in the film, is The Terminator with
Mm.
the relationship between Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor.
Sarah
And
Connor.
it's my favorite love story in a film. So I do love it. I love it so much. There's a couple like heartfelt little tear jerker moments in them between those characters. So but anyway, any others that you can think of, buddy, before we wrap up?
Nope, I don't think, I mean, I probably could, but we could honestly sit and talk about them forever, so and we're
Yeah.
at the hour mark, so might as well end it now.
Yeah. But anyway, this
Um,
was fun.
hopefully, yeah, hopefully by the next podcast, we have watched, the movies we said we were gonna watch for this.
What's our next the next date for us? Is it
The
like before
next
spring?
Yeah, it's before Scream, it's the 24th.
Okay. So we should definitely have Send Help. We should have seen for
Yeah, for
sure Send
sure.
Help. So and maybe if we don't get to Strangers Chapter 3, we could talk about Send Help and then the world of Sam Raimi with like Evil Dead and
Yeah.
Drag Me to Hell and Spider-Man. Maybe rank Sam Raimi's movies like our favorite
Yeah.
ones. So
Yeah, we'll figure it out for sure.
yeah. But everybody, thank you for watching. We appreciate it. Sorry for the lag with the comments. I think if for whatever reason, StreamYard has been acting up with the comments. But TJ, any other fun things you got going on this week, buddy?
Nope, just Valentine's Day shenanigans, and that's pretty much it.
Same.
I don't think I have anything next weekend either at all, like, planned. Actually, I
Cool.
have a
Well,
calendar.
we'll for sure hang out, of course. So we'll definitely watch some movies and hang out.
Yeah,
So we got
next weekend I don't have anything going on either. So
and we have a Chicago trip coming up. Exciting.
yes,
So
yes, we're planning a trip to Chicago, at the end of March.
looking forward
Um,
to it.
I've done
So
a little research, and there's some interesting movie theaters in Chicago,
okay.
which we could talk about a little bit off stream. Maybe we can visit one of those whilst we're down there. I don't know what movies are coming out at the end of March.
I'll have to figure it out. For sure, for sure. So but Scream is coming out. Want to mention that real quick. The Super Bowl TV spot. I loved it. I've seen that TV
I still
spot.
haven't watched it.
Dude, it's so awesome.
Oh, you
Uh
know what? Maybe I did. Yeah, I think I did,
yeah,
actually.
yeah.
I watched it when I was at work yesterday. I stepped to the back.
Yeah. It was awesome. Loved it. Loved it so much. I'm so excited to see this movie. I'm more pumped up than I was when it was first announced. And then the Supergirl Super Bowl commercial I thought was pretty solid. Thought
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
and Josh Whedon, where the fuck is our trailer for Spider-Man?
Exactly. We were supposed to get it, and we never got
Right.
it.
Well, I did see that he had apparently announced prior to the Super Bowl that he wasn't going to do a trailer during the Super Bowl. But we got like 3.5 months till Spider-Man comes out. Like,
We got to get something.
come
We
on,
have. We need
man.
something. We need
Give
something.
me. I don't care if it's a 30-second teaser. Like, I need something.
Something there for
Give me
sure.
the juice.
I need it. I need it. We did get a Super Bowl commercial for Steven Spielberg's next movie, Disclosure Day, which
Mhm.
looks. I don't know, real. I mean, we've got glimpses of the trailers for that, and I'm intrigued. I like a good. I love
Mm,
Steven Spielberg, so.
mm.
But anyway, everybody, we are going to wrap this up. As always, we definitely appreciate you watching. If you're watching the live, please remember to like this. Like TJ mentioned, hit that bell notification so you know when we have another stream or short or something coming up. And make sure to follow everything down below our Facebook page, Spotify, follow our channels, and we just appreciate you guys. So thank you everybody for watching as always. So TJ, are you ready to wrap this up, buddy?
You go to bed.
All right. Anyway, love you all. Y'all have a good night.
Peace out.
All right, but